Alrighty, guys. Welcome to the Diverse Creative Podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's incredible to be here. Thank you.
It's such a pleasure. So for those of you who don't know, I am sitting here with a band called Zebra. And at least pieces of Zebra, which sounds faulty, but I mean like really, whole individuals.
For band, there's not enough seats here.
I wouldn't fit them all in, right?
That's correct.
And from what I hear, wild creatures, so it might get unruly if I tried to.
That's about it.
They hail from the grasslands of Pretoria, and the reason why I am going grey is partially sitting next to me.
She said that so gently, really. And then we all thought she was just going with the black and white zebra theme. But
Well, you play into character.
you do have to embrace it. And I mean, you guys, like you said, come from Pretoria, right?
Yes.
And born and bred in Pretoria, all of you?
I think most of the band is from in and around Pretoria.
Right.
Like myself, I was actually born in Joburg, but I've grown up most of my life in Pretoria. Pretoria's home. For all of us, Pretoria is home, and it's where our lives are.
Yeah. I toured up to Pretoria last year. One of my best friends lives up there. And it was a really nice space to go and tour to.
Yeah.
And just like I got a really nice vibe from Pretoria. I don't know if I felt that way about Joburg.
I mean,
listen, I played some nice shows there, but I don't know if I'd like to be there. But Pretoria, I felt good about. I was like, it feels good. I can walk these streets.
Pretoria is still it's the same sort of vibe as Joburg in the sense that it's still the hustle and bustle of Gauteng vibe. But Pretoria, I feel, has a certain spirit about it. Pretoria is a lot more relaxed, a lot more chilled, a lot more.
Very much so, yeah.
There's a lot more culture, I feel like, especially for the musicians and music. There's a lot more culture in Pretoria, I feel.
I think you might be biased, but I tend to agree with you because I did prefer it. So I'm going to go with that and be as biased as you are in this regard. So tell me a little bit about where Zebra formed and how you guys came together.
So, okay. I had just finished my diploma in dance and musical theatre, and my beautiful mother said to me, listen, go.
Just go
somewhere else and make some money. And obviously, being a sort of performer, you still got to do the audition process and things like that. And as performers, we all know that eventually you start taking on other jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I started working at a beautiful bar called Antlas. So now Antlas was in Hatfield, the middle of student town, middle of Pretoria. That was the rock and roll bar.
The place to be.
That was the rock and roll bar of Pretoria in those times. And I started working with my best friend, my now best friend, Vim. And we were behind the bar. And we were bartending, and the song Little Lion Man by Mumford & Sons came on, and we started harmonizing just naturally. And we looked at each other and we were like, we should start a band, but as a complete joke. And we did. We decided to make a hilarious joke out of it, and we were going to do an open mic on a Sunday. And we did. And people liked it. 10 years down the line, here we are.
And a joke became something very real.
You know what, a joke and a dream became what we are today, and I would not trade it for anything.
That's the most amazing thing, because everyone who watches your performances comes back to me and goes, oh my God, Zebra, they're wow, they're so much fun, they're amazing to watch. And I get from your audience and from the fans of yours that I've spoken to that they just have such a joy with you guys, and they really have a lot of fun, and you guys are quirky and you're good.
I think you know what, to be very honest with you, when we started the band, the idea behind the band, or the idea behind our performances, was that we made it a point that we didn't want to sing music at people. Like, we've seen so many musicians. I mean, Antlas was, like I said, a rock and roll bar. We saw so many musicians roll in there and kind of sing music at people and kind of say, this is our music, this is us, take it. Right. Where we felt that we want, instead of that, take it, it was more, be a part of it. Be a part of us, vibe with us, let's party together, let's have a vibe together. And that was a goal, that was a dream. And the dream was to unite
people.
The different cultures and
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yes.
And I think it's paying off, because I know that like the feedback that I get from people is always like, go and see Zebra. Any festival I'm at, they're like, a Zebra playing, go and see Zebra, right? And that is a really nice thing to hear about a band, when you hear from multiple people, just like, that's the band to go see.
It's beautiful, actually.
And my partner saw you many years ago at White Mountain. And he said, yeah, back in the day.
Still one of that is in my top 5 like shows we've ever done. White Mountain. Oh.
Well,
rest in peace to Pedro Carlo.
Totally.
What a, yeah.
So he was there for that show, and he said to me, you're gonna love them. They're bilingual and multicultural and diverse.
That's beautiful.
Because that's like very much my vibe with music as well. It's like bilingualism and multiculturalism and bringing together the stories of many peoples. And so, how do you feel that is finding its place? I mean, obviously we're in a super cultural country where we're like.
Look, I think. A lot of people will look at South Africa and think, the diversity and the multiculturalism is a difficult part of our country. Where I feel the diversity and the multiculturalism of our country is the reason our country is as amazing as it is.
I totally agree, yeah.
Myself and Vim, when we started the band, we came from two completely different backgrounds. He came from a small town, Afrikaans, Middelburg. Here I grew up in Pretoria, city guy, city boy. And what we realized is that the more we spoke about our backgrounds and our cultures, we realized there's a lot of similarities and a lot of, And one thing that we realized about South Africans specifically is that South Africans, when we're angry, we sing. When we're happy,
we sing.
When we're mad,
we sing.
And it is a universal language. It is a universal language.
It crosses every barrier.
Exactly. And that was the mission. That was the mission, to unite through music, through the sounds of beautiful things. I mean, one of my craziest memories was watching Oliver Mtukudzi. Now, Oliver Mtukudzi is a Zimbabwean national treasure, I guess. Very well known in South Africa as well. Sort of my mother's era, the baby boomers loved them. And Oliver Mtukudzi played at Opikopi, Nomaganjani. It was the last Opikopi that ever happened.
Right.
And I remember watching that, and a lot of people didn't understand what he was saying. Like, he played a song called Neria, which is about, there was a lot of death and stuff that happened in Zimbabwe, and that song was about that. And people felt the music. It wasn't about what he was singing, it wasn't about what he was saying, but people felt the pain and what was coming out of the song. And that for me is what music is. It's a universal language.
It is, because it speaks across the hemispheres of the brain.
Exactly.
It's an emotive experience, a physical experience, like you feel the beat in your being, in your heart, and you recognize that,
Exactly.
And I think that it's amazing to know that you guys are kind of keeping those traditions of multiculturalism alive, right?
We try.
And also for me, I sing predominantly in English or isiZulu, right?
Yes.
And I love the dynamics of the language in a song, right? And for me, African languages in particular have got something else musical in
definitely.
kind of totally, absolutely. And there's a music in it, in the words and in the sound. It's a very sonic language, and it's very much formed around the way something sounds. A tree is a kla because the leaves sound like kla. You can hear the word and the sound of the thing you're talking about. And I love that comes across so well in music.
Exactly, and I think it's a beautiful thing. It's like you say, sound.
Yeah.
When they used to tell stories back in the day, the storytelling, it all comes from sound, feeling. And I feel like a lot of musicians forget that music is storytelling.
It is.
We're telling a story, and people need to feel that story. Yeah. And I think that is the beauty of music.
Yeah, it really is. And I know that there's a lot of musicians here in South Africa at the moment who are all feeling that again. And the necessity for that to be important. Because it carries forward our culture.
I mean,
and it keeps alive our past and our heritage, as well as combining what we are now and telling these tales, right?
Exactly.
And that's a really important thing to do, because I think as South Africans, we have gone through so much in a very short space of time and formed a new thing out of that. And I mean, it's so important that music and storytelling is kept alive so that those traditions are passed forward. So the next generation isn't just, left with no songs to sing of where they came from, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that is the crux of storytelling. Storytelling is supposed to be passed on from generation to generation. And like you say, like I think this specific Splashy, I've seen so many of my friends and my homies on stages, and I'm like, yes, guys, you're telling the story. You're telling the story we were talking about the very first Splashy we did 6-7 years ago. Hey, now look where you are. You're telling the story, and it's amazing and it's beautiful.
And there's like a deep sense of pride.
Yes.
When you get to watch people grow over this, through this festival and over that length of time in a musical journey, like you guys, 10 years, myself, 10 years in this industry,
Exactly, yeah.
And it's an amazing thing to watch artists grow and transform.
Yes.
How has that transformation been for Zebra? Like where you guys started harmonizing together in behind the bar, in the rock pub, in the middle of Pretoria.
It's full circle. I mean, if I look at what we have got now, where like the slot we've gotten, what Splashy and Stu have done for us, and I look at that and I'm like, we started the first Splashy I was ever at, I didn't play.
Okay.
And I was always like, maybe one day. And
it's nice
now
to dream.
we're at a point where we started opening the river stage.
Yeah.
Today's slot is the slot before the headliner on the main stage. That journey, that maturity to go through everything that we did to get to that spot is beautiful.
And it's quite a thing for music to evolve. Like music evolves. For me, I feel music goes through multiple evolutions. It goes from you as an artist writing a song.
Exactly.
With whatever inspiration you've gone through.
And I think as a person who came into Zebra about 2 years ago, I have seen an tremendous amount of transformation between the boys. We have members who are now dads. We have personal victories that have been achieved. At some point, some members told me some of their dreams, and it has been incredible seeing that come true. It is kind of like little manifestations, but those manifestations, they become your vision of where you want to go, and you need to know where you want to go, because you can't go to where you need to be if you just wander. And I think over the past 2 years, Zebra has taken a lot of time, thought, and effort. We have recently set a new little animal loose on the drums, and he is remarkable.
I love
he
that,
is
a new little animal.
Listen, come and watch him tonight.
I'm
he
going
just
to.
sets those drums on fire. He's incredible. I think personally he's one of the best drummers in South Africa, and I'm willing to stand by that. And I think that also changed the synergy of the band. There's a fresh new breath of air, and that has led to a lot of creative projects. We worked very hard on 2 new songs, and everybody in the band kind of had like a, ooh, I like this song, why don't we try and incorporate this? And then we would play the song and then be like, that doesn't work. And then it was like back to scratch. So it was a few grueling recording sessions. We had the amazing opportunity to record at Son Studios. And when we listen to that final product, it sounds Zebra, but there's just something new to it.
It is exactly that, maturity. It's growing.
Yeah.
If you don't grow as a musician, you don't grow as a person.
Totally. And I mean, I think it's also mentioning that some of your members have become parents. That's like such an immense change.
Them is getting married on the 25th of April.
Wow.
That is around the corner.
Dude,
so those are a lot of adult things that we are now approaching. And with the band growing and with the new dreams and ambitions that we have, You know, it's you have to adjust those to your life.
Yeah.
Because you can't do the one without the other.
Yeah.
We
No,
are
totally. It's a
family
combined
in a
effort.
sense.
Yeah. And I think it's what makes for an evolution and something that becomes a generational thing that
Yes.
grows and gets passed forward, you know, is that you're bringing in that next piece of your life and the little ones that come with it. And, you know, that becomes a shift in the way music is created. Because I know for myself as a parent, when I started writing music, once my twins were born, the way I wrote changed.
Yeah. Everything
changed.
As a
you know, like hormonally, I was a different person, and suddenly the sounds coming out of me were like new again as well. You know,
Exactly. As a parent, you change.
you do.
You do. I mean, it's a completely different way of thinking. You have a little life that is now you're in charge of. You have to shape that life to be hopefully better than you are.
Yes, that's a goal, right? You're like, if you can walk away better than I am, living a better life than me, we don't.
That's exactly it. And I think, for me personally, that is all I want to do for my little boy. You must be better.
Yeah.
Pave a way for you to be better.
And the content that you then start thinking about and the messages you start feeling important to pass forward are very different, right?
Correct.
So, when I was chatting earlier to some of your fans, I said, okay, like if you had a question you want to ask the guys from Zebra, what would it be? I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to ask how that has changed, right? So, one of them said, please tell us where the Cornflakes song came from. What is the Cornflakes song?
See, now I'm confused.
That makes two of us then.
Does that make you a serial killer though?
Oh!
We have to do a fun.
Cornflakes.
Now I want to know what the Cornflakes song is.
You see, here's the thing. We've been doing these festivals and stuff for what now? 8 years, 9 years?
Yeah, long time.
And we've created so many like little memories and little
The
pods
pop-up
of
almost.
yes, of crazy stuff that sometimes we
Forget what they are.
and I'm literally racking my brain. I'm like cornflakes.
Did we sing about cornflakes?
Like we haven't sung about cornflakes in a while. You know? We know Guguletu, we know Taxi Love.
Yeah.
We know that we've been to Mexico. So, but the other day, to your point, Siphe, I tuned in and I started going through old YouTube playlists and different, like between Spotify and Apple, and lo and behold, a few Zebra tracks came out that I haven't even heard before. I know, it sounds very weird, but it shocked me, and it just kind of feels like we have some favorites that we include in our live sets when we write the set list, but some of them just lives on Spotify.
Or lives in that moment,
yes,
right?
in that moment.
Yeah.
And then sometimes something will just happen and you'll hear that song, or you'll look at that cornflakes box and that memory will come up and it transcends you. And I think, again, it's a good story. A good story is memorable, and even if we don't remember it,
someone does.
You do.
And that is an amazing thing. And like it's also good to know that like there's an evolution that occurs through music.
Oops,
you
we've
know?
got a phone not on airplane mode. Let's see who it is. The other day they prank called me on April Fools. I told them get up for an interview. They got up, but then they told me that their phone was stolen. This is why I'm grey.
I see. I understand now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also understand now why your mother said go. It's because she decided Nikki could handle the grey hairs rather than her, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, totally. But music evolves, right? And I know for myself, like you're saying, you write a set list and you've got your faves,
Oh my god, I was doing it
which you
again.
include.
Is it
On-
urgent? Is it?
It's my mother now.
That's your mother telling you to make her proud.
We're live, right?
Go to the
We are.
main
Yeah,
stage.
beautiful. Hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
You're
Hi,
calling me just there.
But yeah, I mean, I know that like the way things go is that you tend to focus on certain tracks because those become favorites for the band to play. You know, the crowd love them, so you start to like, I got these ones and I love these ones, and we play them a lot. I often find myself like flipping back through a book of lyrics, and I'm like, damn, I forgot about you. I forgot about that one. Oh, that was good. Why did I use that? You know? So at some point in time, I used to write just like really long set lists, which was just every song I had the option of. And then I would get on stage and pick and choose based on the vibe. I'd like run down the list and be like, no, you tonight. No, you over there though. You can come out today. You haven't been to play for a while. Come join me, you know. How do you guys orchestrate a set? Is there a lot of like pre-practice thought, okay, crap, we're gonna like, obviously for like main stage and Splashy where it's an enormous thing, it's just maybe a slightly different story.
Let's tell the truth here. Usually they get to the gig and I pitch up with black pieces of paper and a silver Cokie, and Vim and Siphe will sit there and they'll start doodling, and they'll start with zebra and then they color in zebra, and then between Vim and Siphe they'll be like, are we going to start with Sambonani today? Are we going to go to Mexico first? And they kind of play it between the two of them, and they just write the story and they ad-lib in between. So I think they
That's a very
relive.
unique way to come up with the set list.
They relive the memory as they are doodling it. And over the past events, like sometimes a song here or there changes, but it's kind of like a story that needs to come across, and they pay close attention to that to get that across.
That's amazing. That's a whole theatrical performance, guys.
I think a lot of the things with the set list. When we started the band, we made sure we wanted to tell a story, like you said, right? And we tell a story through our music, right? And a lot of the music we make is about things that we've done in life and have come across in life.
Yeah.
For instance, I look at a song like Guguletu. Guguletu was the third song or second song that we ever wrote together. That has never left our set list from the start to now. There's songs like Sorry Mom, which I've got tattooed on me.
And sorry, Mom, that he didn't answer the phone. Yes.
Songs that resonate and mean a lot to us that just have never left the set. And there's core songs that we kind of keep and build our set around, like she said. You know, get to the gig and be like, okay, cool. We felt the vibe, we felt the people. We always try to be there at a gig a little bit early. Feel the vibe, feel the people, and understand what the vibe is around you, so that you can build your story around what the people are feeling and what they're doing and what they're gonna go through.
It's nice that you guys are that dynamic.
Thank you.
And you obviously know each other that well that it's very easy to do that. It's an amazing testament to your caliber as a band, you know.
Thank you. We're horrible musicians, but the best performers in the world.
Well, I'll judge
I'm not going to
myself
say
later.
terrible musicians, because Vim usually makes this joke and he's like, and then they prep him for this huge solo and then he goes ding, and then he plays like one awful note. But that is just how the boys are. They play to comedy and satire, and don't let them fool you. They are incredibly talented. I recently had the amazing opportunity to see that in studio, because then they would just be like, okay, this beat, and then just the way that they can communicate and get that message across and get that beat together.
It's going to be played tonight on stage.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
Yes.
Exciting times.
This place.
Hey.
I have to say that with a big mic.
It's
Say that again.
the song's name is Take Me Home, the Splashy Fen tribute. So we're going to play it for the first time ever. Also the first time together as a band.
Wow.
Because we recorded individually.
In
So it
separate
was
places and spaces.
then drums, then bass,
So
then vocals,
yeah,
then ad-lib.
we actually I'm gonna be honest with you. We played it for the first time this morning when we sound checked. We only had enough time to go through it twice. So when we play it now in front of people, it will be the first time we play it together as a band in front of people.
That is amazing.
And it's our tribute to Splashy Fen.
I mean, that's the most incredible thing, because Splashy Fen then truly is part of that song in so many ways, literally, even down to the fact that we're here to witness its first ever coming together.
Exactly.
And it says "Take Me Home." I came to Splashy and I immediately felt as if I'm home, and I think that is what comes through that song. Is like it has this beat, and you can be doing your own thing, but the minute that you hear it, you're like,
I want to just...
it just makes you feel capturing Splashy in its essence. It's my first time here today, and it's a magical place. And Take Me Home is an ode to that. it describes this place to a T, that I, who didn't know Splashy, could listen to that song. And I came here today, and that is the vibe.
And you felt it.
I did. I truly did.
I think you're going to make some very, very happy organizers. Stu, dude,
Thank
I know
you.
that's going to hit you hard somewhere deep inside.
Yeah.
That is a really magical thing.
Thank
and you
you.
guys also going to be filming a music video for it tonight, right?
Yes.
So everyone gets to be part of it.
Exactly.
I mean, that's really cool. Like
That's the
everyone
point.
at this particular Splashy is going to be part of a making of the history of Zipre
35
and the
year
history of
celebration as
Splashy.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
35 years of one festival. That is insane.
Friendliest festival for sure, in the friendliest place.
Yes.
And honestly, I mean, I know from being behind the scenes in this festival, I know how much goes into the thought process of this festival, the planning, the decor, the absolute care that goes into looking after the artists here and really putting together a team that really cares about booking the right people and creating the right vibe and supporting the right artists in this country. I mean, we obviously do have international artists coming in, but this festival does its best to be a proudly South African festival, supporting South African artists.
Like, local is lekker, and there are so many different ways that you can support a local artist. It's not just coming out to a festival. You can stream, you can share it with a friend, you can, if you want to have a lekker shirt, you can sleep in it. I promise you, they are the most comfortable thing. Band shirts.
Yeah.
There are so many different ways that you can support artists, and Splashy goes out of their way. Like, we have felt welcomed, loved throughout this entire process. Communication has been flawless.
Yeah.
This is a team that works together because they know one another and they trust one another, and it's a system that works. So I'm not surprised that this is 35 years in the making.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, this festival has gone through transformations in that time, just like any good music, right? It's also grown and evolved and become something new in its own way, but it still works really hard to hold on to the ethos of, you know, the proudly South African vibe and the friendliness and the core roots of where this festival really began was a coming together of people who just loved music.
Yeah.
And that really still holds true to this day, you know.
And I think you can come to Splashy if you haven't been to a music festival yet and you are hesitant. Come. I promise you, even though you come alone, you are not alone.
You're never alone.
You are amongst like-minded people that also love local music, that loves a great vibe. You will find your tribe here. I promise you. Just live in what you believe and what you love, and you will find other people that also love that. And when that unit comes, like, it's always these happy friends that you make at a festival, and sometimes those friendships last for years.
Decades,
Yeah.
decades, absolutely.
Because everybody here is friendly, and that's why it's the friendliest festival. Everybody here wants to be here, and I think there's like this, I don't know how to describe it other than an intense happiness amongst everybody here. Like, if you look around, I can't see anybody having a bad time. Like, it's smiles, laughing.
Yeah, you know what I love about this festival? I never see a brawl.
No.
I never see some drunk guys having a brawl. I see some drunk
That
guys
is
laughing
true.
their heads off. But I mean, I've never once in a decade of being part of this experience.
And
seen
it's
a brawl.
family friendly. I mean,
So
I have
family friendly.
seen a lot of children today. And the thing that was so cool to me was there was a child playing, and I could see mom and dad, but everybody around was like, that's our child, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody paid attention, and it's just like a community as well.
Yeah.
So it
And
is really amazing.
And I mean, as musicians who then grow and get older, become parents, to have festivals that we can safely bring our kids to
Yes.
is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about quirky merch. I love quirky merch.
Ooh, my favorites.
Yeah, quirky merch is my vibe. So I know you guys have got some tricks up your sleeves.
We do. In the essence of the Easter weekend, we made 300 limited edition Easter eggs. Each Easter egg has a little bit of a cutesy design in it. There are 3 different designs, and then there's a little paper in. And if you scan that code, it'll take you right to our new songs. So that is going to be up for for the hunt tomorrow morning after our set.
that's gonna be
Like
so
the
exciting.
Easter Bunny is going to deliver those to tents and trees and...
I'm very fortunate
Yes.
to have been gifted.
You got an early delivery
I
from
got
the
an
Easter
early
Bunny.
delivery from the Easter Bunny. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's because I'm also part of this friendly, happy vibe.
Yeah. Like she's going to get it. And
I'm going to get them.
Putting this together on our way to Splashy because you
These
can
super
think
cool
that
eggs.
300 Easter eggs
I mean,
like this.
woo, look at
And
these
it's
things,
handmade.
Right? It's an Easter egg, handmade.
Yeah, we
That
stuck
shows love,
those
guys.
stickers that says, so if we look at that white one, it says with the black and white flower, that was designed by Andrea East. And it's got our zebra logos there in a subtle way, and then it says, crack me open. So would you mind like cracking that open? Let's get that
crack this
ASMR.
egg. Let me
Yeah,
crack
let's
this
see
egg.
let's see what design you
I
got.
get to be the one to crack the egg. Ooh.
Yeah, crack it. There we go.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, there
it's
you go.
opening. It's opening.
I'm cracking the egg. Those good stickers. Whoa.
You got my favorite design.
Oh, and inside this, that is
Yeah.
so cool. That zebra splashy. It's a splashy and a zebra sticker. That's
Yes.
a double win.
Yes.
And it's got a rocking pigeon on it.
So even though the band's name is Zebra, the logo is a pigeon.
I want to know. I want to know, what is the story behind the pigeon?
Pigeons. What are pigeons? Pigeons are those people that just the pigeons are always around. They're always around, always just like what? Pigeons.
What? Sounds like.
And sometimes we feel like we're pigeons. We're always just around. We're always around. We're always either in the middle of the mess or causing the mess and having fun with it. Because
And your pigeons are much smarter than people give them credit
Agreed.
for. They're really.
Maybe they're spies.
Well, I mean, that would explain why they're everywhere.
Yeah, but
Sneaky,
these
sneaky
stickers are
pigeons.
going to be everywhere.
So this is a very exciting thing because limited
Yeah.
edition. So there's only 300 of them.
correct. Only 300.
Only 300 eggs to find, and that is a
Yes.
very exciting thing. The QR code leads to.
Our website, so it's going to have some past videos of what we have done in the past, live events, then also our Spotify and iTunes, whether you are either or. Also, it goes to our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So follow them on all the
Yes.
socials. All of
Check
those.
them out. They do some funny things. Yeah.
From what I've heard most of the time.
Yeah, no.
And I think that is absolutely fantastic. And I know you guys also have some limited edition shirts. Am I correct?
Yes, we do. So for Splashy Fen, we brought out a black shirt and a white shirt with the same design. Okay, so it's going to be the pigeon at the back with the guitar, and it just looks like rocking.
It is
And
a rocking pigeon.
It is. It's quite cutesy. Andrea really did
A good job.
Yeah, no, she did a great job. And then at the front, it's the other sticker. So it says zebra. So it's a nice way to kind of, if you don't get an Easter egg and you aren't lucky enough to find one, you can get a limited edition shirt. They aren't going to be available after Splashy. We're not going to do the personal requests because this is something, and we've been receiving DMs for it. So it is something that it's a limited collector's piece. You've got that. That is a part of Zebra. It's part of our story tonight that a new song is coming out, that they are on the main stage opening for Goldfish. That is a memory. That is a cool shirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have one more question to ask you guys. Zebra. Where did the name Zebra come from? Everyone kind of, we often have this in our family because our family is a bunch of bands, right? That have all just come together like a whole. We found each other through music and love.
Yeah.
Anyway, and often we'll be talking about something and one of us will inevitably say a phrase, and if someone goes, "Oh, that'd be a good band name," right? So tell me, where did Zebra come from?
We wanted, so obviously it was just myself and Vim at the beginning, and we wanted something that was black and white. Our first name was Espresso and Milk. And we didn't like it. It didn't sit.
It doesn't have quite as much flow.
Zebra and Giraffe had just stopped being a band. And we were like, well, Zebra makes sense. There's a black with white stripes, there's a white with black stripe. Nobody gives a damn. It's a zebra.
Yeah, 100%.
Nobody ever gives a damn. That's the point.
And
Are you Afrikaans, are you Zulu, are you whatever? Nobody gives a damn. You're human.
You see, telling true stories here, guys.
That's
This
what
is
it
like
is.
what people actually need to be saying about the truth of it is no one gives a damn. No one knows anymore. but we're all just happy together, right?
That's it.
Fantastic. I love that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on the Diverse Creative Podcast. Everyone, go and follow Zebra on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
At Zebra Band ZA.
At Zebra Band ZA. That's the way. You will find them there. Check out their website and find some Easter eggs and get some limited edition shirts. Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
And then also tag us in those Easter eggs, because the purpose of them is not to be a one-time use. You actually said that you're going to turn it into a shaker.
It's going to become my on-stage shaker. So when I get on stage next time, I'm going to have this little Easter egg.
With a little bit of zebra.
I'm going to have a little bit of zebra in my band.
You'll have a story to tell.
Via this little egg over here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having us.
It's been wonderful.
Okay.